Once you find your market, then you'll have to find your butcher and work with your processor to accommodate it.
Oftentimes, the farmers that truly see us as partners in their marketing, in their business as a whole, are the ones that find that we have a really good working relationship with. The first one is if they want to market it, the processor's going to need to be inspected. If the processor's not inspected, then that's really no point in going any further because they can't market anything. They can't sell any of it.
We had one butcher, I remember we took some people to go get butchered. After we got butchered, he then told us he wasn't USDA inspected. Well, what good is this?
So this is our kill floor here. There's electrical stunning. We will bleed them out. The scalding trough here. The scalding trough is where we'll remove the hair. When they come out of that, they'll finish removing some of the hair or whatever hair is left, and then they'll go through the rest of the process. They'll do evisceration and split and then wash, and then they'll go in the cooler. So this is our cutting room. Today we're just cutting beef and bison. Whether we're cutting beef, bison, or hogs, everything is going to be individual work orders that we're working from. Each customer's order is going to be kept separate throughout the process through carcass tags that are on the carcass, work orders that are identifying what carcasses we're supposed to be using, to the tags that we're putting on the tubs have the carcass, the work order number, all that stuff identified, so we're keeping it separate throughout the process. After answering the question of whether they're inspected or not, what's their capability? We offer further processing as part of our services. Someone can bring a hog here and we can cut it down and we can make hams and bacons and that kind of stuff out of it. We can even make stack sticks. We can help to add value to the animal that the customers brought to us.
When they did for our market, our niche market, you had to reinvent your wheel here.
Oh yes, for what we were talking about with that, yeah, we cut that a little bit different for that customer.
And that's why I take the stance that if it wasn't for Smuckers, there would be no Tin Can Farm. These people literally created a new process for our niche market.
When it comes to processing, what kind of cuts are going to be available? What kind of cuts is the processor willing to cut? Some things that we've elected not to cut just because, for one reason or another, it doesn't fit into our process. Another processor, depending on their scope and scale, it might make more sense for them to do it. And then there's other things that they don't want to be bothered with that we would certainly do. We understand that our customers are marketing their product at the end, and they need that value added to it. So those are things that we will add to the process or add to our process that gives them something that's more marketable in the end. If they help us understand the reason why they're asking for something, that really helps us to serve them better. Understanding the why is now, it doesn't always mean that we'll say yes to it, but understanding the why helps us to understand their market, their business better, and when we understand that, we're better able to serve them. Some customers will just come and say, hey, can you do this? And it's like, I have no context for what you're talking about. And oftentimes it may end up being no just because we don't. It makes no sense to us why you're asking that. This is our smoke room. This is where we'll smoke our hams and bacon in the back there. Processing options is probably one of the bigger questions to ask. When it comes to hams and bacons, people have options with us, whether they want it cured with regular nitrates or cured without any nitrates. Those are two processing options. Some people want both of those or want one or the other depending on what their market's calling for. So this is our packaging department. What they're packaging right now is hams and smoked products from what we processed last week.
Is there a special reason why it's so cold in here, sir?
That's just to help us with the product temperature, especially in the summertime when it's warm. That helps us to keep a little bit better handle on it. Labeling's another thing. People want branding on their label. We'll put their logo or something like that on. But as far as what makes it easy to work with, a lot of it is going to be responsiveness as well. With the amount of hogs that we're processing each week, there's a lot of logistics that go into just getting those instructions ready for our cutting crew to use. And so customers that are giving us that information in a timely manner, the ones that are sending that to us today, that we're not asking them for it, they know, they understand the routine and how that works, those are the ones that we really work well with. Again, they understand the service that we're providing to them, and they understand that we're partners in it.
My biggest advice is when you're shopping for a butcher, when you find one that listens to your individual needs and asks you questions about your pigs and your customer, you probably got a winner.
If you would like to try our Berkshire pork or raise your own Berkshire pork from our herd, please feel free to contact us today.